Indian knowledge system to share my knowledge with you all. Ma'am, can you share the slides with you? Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. So in mathematics, so coming to our India, mathematics, which is very rich, long and hallowed history, starting from the most elementary things in mathematics, namely the representation of numbers through the way expressing the recursive relations to arriving the solutions of some determinant and indeterminate equations to the development of the sophisticated techniques handling the infinite and the infinitesimal Indian mathematicians. They have made remarkable contributions. So it is not only contributions given by them, it is a rich and profound history dating back to ancient times and significantly contributing to various fields of mathematical study. So it is our Indian mathematics is an extensive and interactive tapestry woven over millions of years, encompassing the various schools thought, significant discoveries, and profound contributions that have shaped the global mathematical world. Now, the study of Indian mathematics is not just about the understanding of the numbers or equations or finding the solutions. It is about appreciating our cultural heritage, and that is profoundly influenced the way we are understanding the world. Ma'am, can you? So, from this ancient world, the mathematics in Indus Valley civilization that dates back from 3000 BCE, it includes the standardized weights and measures, precise the urban planning, and intricate the geometric patterns in pottery as well as applying the seals. These findings are suggesting the sophisticated mathematical system which is laying the groundwork for future mathematical advancement in India. Now, the Indus Valley civilization, which is a legacy, continues to inspire and inform our understanding of ancient mathematics. Ma'am, next slide, please. So, from this Vedic period, with its rituals, needs driving early geometric exploration to the sophisticated algebraic and astronomical contributions of classical and medieval scholars, which is consistently demonstrated a unique blend of practicals and theoretical insights. Now, this is the journey through the time, exploring the major periods and the figures in Indian mathematics, which is understanding their contributions and appreciating their lasting legacy. So, the earliest form of Indian mathematics, which can be traced back to the Vedic period, like 1500 BC to 500 BCE, the Vedas particularly depends on the Sulabha Sutras, which are in the form of ancient texts containing significant mathematical contents. These texts were primarily composed for the purpose of constructing altars and performing rituals which necessity for precise geometric and arithmetic calculations. Now, Vedic mathematics, which is emphasizing the importance of mental calculations, mnemonic techniques, and the holistic approach for the problem solving, which is highlighting the interconnectedness of mathematics, excuse me, with other knowledge system as well. Now, in this Sulabha Sutras, which are containing the collection of texts providing the rules for constructing altars, are among the earliest mathematical texts in the Indian tradition. They includes instructions for geometric constructions and approximation of irrational numbers, and the most famous of these texts are attributed to scholars such as Buddhayana, Apastamba, and Katyayana. The geometric constructions, ma'am, can you slide? Now, the geometric constructions, the Sulabha Sutras are providing detailed instruction for constructing the various geometric shapes, figures, such as squares, rectangles, finding the areas of the rectangle, finding the area of the circle, perimeter. These are all the constructions which are not merely theoretical. They had the practical applications in the context of Vedic rituals. Suppose you want to take the example which is Buddha in a Sulabha Sutra, which describes the accurate method for constructing a square with the same area as given by some. So it giving the early only approximating the value of the pi as well. Now, the concept of zero here, one of the most significant contributions which is given by our famous Indian mathematicians, which traced back to the Vedic period, and it is a concept of zero. So, initially used as a placeholder in the place value system. So, this zero is eventually evolved into a number in its own right. This development was crucial for the advancement of mathematics as it is allowed for more complex calculations and also the development of the algebra. Now it is invented which is having target numbers and facilitating calculating the large number of calculations which is containing the representation of any number using the limited set of symbols, making the some calculations more efficient and easier to understand them. Now, coming to this astronomical, Brahmagupta work in astronomy was equally significant. He has developed methods for calculating the positions of planets, rotation of the planets, which are timingly rotated with the ellipse. His work was astronomy, which is influenced and laid the groundwork for further development in the field. And these texts are describes the movement of celestial bodies as well as planetary positions, showcasing the development of advanced trigonometry, geometry, and the computational methods as well. Here also we have the Kerala School of Mathematics, which is founded by ancient mathematician, our Guru Madhava in southern India. He has produced many great works in the area of trigonometry during the 15th through 18th centuries, and Madhava's derivations of the power series for sine and cosine, as well as calculating the series expansion, similar to well-known Taylor series expansion, which is corresponding to the function of single variable or function of more variables, maybe two variables or three variables. The derivations are uses many calculations related to the concepts such as summation, rate of change, interpolation, simplifying the corresponding value, which can be solved using numerical methods rather than direct methods, what we are calculating nowadays to find the solution for quadratic or cubic equation. With the help of these systems, you can easily find out the summation of the corresponding data. Now, which is suggesting the Indian mathematics had a solid understanding of the basics of calculus long before it was developed in Europe only. The other evidences from Indian mathematics up to this point, such as interset in infinite series and the use of base 10 decimal systems, and also suggesting that it was possible for calculus to have developed in India almost 300 years before it is recognizing the birth in Europe. This is the issue whether or not Indian calculus was transposed to Europe and influenced European mathematics is not at all addressed. The school was developed for calculating the value of the pi and the trigonometric functions and using the infinite series, laying the foundations to the modern calculus, what we are enjoying the fruits of the Indian mathematics, which is related to the contributions to calculus and trigonometry. Now coming to this mathematics, which is having problem solving approaches where we can calculate with the help of the holistic practical approach to the problem solving, which is focusing on real world applications and addressing the challenges within the specific context. It is the mathematics which can be having a lot of applications, whether you want to convey the message from one person to another person, lot of contributions which can be made by different types of persons in Lilavati Bijaganitam or Aryabhattiyam. These are all the people which can have characterizing the adaptability and the flexibility, allowing the diverse perspectives and creative solutions to the complex mathematical problems. Now, mathematics and Sanskrit, everybody is saying that why Sanskrit was including in mathematics. This is not only simply you are looking like it is a language, it is including the Vedas, Upanishads, and Puranas, which are containing numerous examples related to the mathematical concepts and their philosophical implications. So these are may seem unrelated, what I'm saying now, but they share a deep and fascinating connections rooted in ancient knowledge. Suppose you want to find out the oldest language, which is known as the goddess language. It is containing a language which is having logic and reason, interest in significant ways of revealing the advanced understanding of ancient Indian scholars and their contributions to the mathematics. Suppose in previously Vedic mathematics was there. Instead of making phobia to the students, how to take, generally students are feeling that mathematics is a very difficult subject. It is like a phobia to that. But the students are able to understand what are the Sulabha Sutras. We have 16 sutras and 13 subsutras are there. Using that, we can inculcate the habit of interesting upon simplifying how to take the algebraic properties like addition, multiplication, simplifying the corresponding number which is having more digits. Perfect square can be calculated, simplifying the multiplication of more than two digits with the help of simple Sulabha Sutras only. We can simplify our modern mathematical values. So this is the philosophical tradition such as Nyaya and Vaishikya explore the nature of numbers, infinity and other mathematical ideas which are integrating them into metaphysical and epistemology frameworks as well. Just now I told Noma about this mathematics and Sanskrit, how the sloka from the Sulabha Sutra, Gunakam yastu tripujasya ya deeptya samantaha adva yastu yoket yada veda hutu. That means what? You are calculating the corresponding diagonal elements c square equal to a square plus b square simply with the help of this sloka only. Gunakam yastu vibhujasya. For the right angle triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides, what we are teaching to the students every day. Gunakam yastu tribhujasya ya deptya samantaha adva yastu yachate adeyam hitu tu tat. The value should be comes using with the help of the simple sloka itself. See, in our Indian culture, the famous mathematicians like Srinivasa Ramanujan had a great contributions to the mathematics. How you are simplifying the data, what are the corresponding contributions which are given by our ancient languages, the principles of Vedic mathematics, which are universal, offering the versatile techniques that can be applied to the various branches of mathematics like computer science, physics, modern mathematics, securing the information from one person to another person. Not only that, we can solve real-time problems also with the help of this scenario. With the help of this Vedic mathematics, what the people has to simplify using syllabus sutras, they can have enjoying the benefits of learning such a type of mathematics with the simple formula itself. Simply, you can take the practice of Vedic mathematics, which is helping them improving the mental clarity and agility, contributing to overall cognitive development and problem solving abilities, as well as applicability and the readiness for the competitive examination, which is giving this mathematics provides the beneficiary to the students which are preparing for competitive exams, which are providing the competitive edge in solving mathematical problems, which can do them efficiently. And it is giving the calculations for everyday tasks such as budgeting, shopping, and time management, calculating the logical thinking. These are all the things can have very much simplification to that. Suppose you want to take the Aryabhatta, the pioneer in the field of mathematics, which is the first to devise a decimal system of numbers and the place value system, writing the numbers the way we need in this modern days. He wrote Aryabhattiya in the 5th century only, discovers the zero, enabled as well as Aryabhatta to find out the exact distance between the earth and the moon. Also, he contributes immensely in other areas of mathematics, including the trigonometry, Bijaganitam, like algebra, the topics of modern day mathematics. So, with all these contributions given by Aryabhatta, Brahmagupta, Leelavati Bijaganitam, and modern computer, recently we are saying that Sakuntala, Ramanujam, they are playing a vital role in our contributions, what we are taking the fruits nowadays. Now, coming to this comparative analysis of these Indian mathematical methods with the Western approach, here the Indian mathematics often approaches the emphasizes of the conceptual understanding, intuitiveness of the reasoning, and practical applications, while Western approaches sometimes prioritizing the formula, proofs, and abstract concepts. For example, if they want to get into a subject thoroughly, easily with the Sulabha Sutras, what we are having in our ancient Indian culture, they can simplify, but initially it will take some time to inherit all those things, a quick response they need. That is why the people will be approaching or inculcating the habit of the Western approach. This is the reason our Indian mathematics system is going back and it is losing the roots as well. So different notation system here also giving that developed its unique notation system, including the face value notation and the use of symbols for zero, where the Western mathematics evolved its own distinct symbols and methods for representation of the corresponding simplification. So here coming to the contemporary relevance and the global impact of Indian mathematical knowledge system. Here, Indian mathematical knowledge system continues to influence the modern mathematics, computer science, and other fields also. Suppose now we are in the digital world. Every time, each and every minute, we are dealing with the data itself. This data plays a vital role in computer science. Until and unless we are not using the data properly, simply the data what we are collecting, whether it should be the primary source or it should be the secondary source, the data should be wasted only. As a statistics which is given by on today, 99% of the data which can be wasted because without doing the proper analysis about the data. The data can be collected either from the primary or secondary data. Analysis plays a very crucial role. After collecting the data, we need to cleanse the data. What are the attributes can be required for us, and what are the attributes not required for calculating the corresponding data. Then after the cleansing, we need to apply different types of algorithms to the data. What type of algorithm suitable for what type of data we are taking, whether the data is suitable for such type of algorithms or not. Using this algorithm, we need to import the corresponding to the computer science, like different types of machine learning algorithms. Once the algorithm can be applied to the respective data, we need to check whether deploying the model can be executed properly or not, and it is giving a real world model itself. There it will place a vital role in computer science and privacy of the information. Nowadays, we are after the COVID, we are all facing many issues related to cyber attacks. Whether the person who is staying at home, the person who is working, also everybody, even from small school children to the people who are working in corporate companies, they are facing with the problem of attacking the data. Cyber security plays a vital role in our scenario, because the information what we are sending to the proper channel, which may not give the assurance that the information should be gone to them properly or not. Meanwhile, between these two people, there may be an eavesdropper or other person. Cyber attacker can easily decode the data with the help of what they are having, some hacking techniques. There you can have place a cryptographic techniques which can have lot of roots in our Vedic mathematics, using different types of algorithms, using different types of simplified rules. We can easily secure the data. Generally, the people, those who are working in government sectors, they may need the confidentiality of the data, authentication of the data, privacy of the data, simply securing the data. These are all the components plays a vital role. Until and unless if you are collecting the data, securing and confidentiality maintenance, otherwise the data can may have goes to the eavesdropper, the third person. It may have lot of complications should happens to the system itself. Maybe it is related to the banking sector, maybe it is related to the defense, government sectors at all. It will place a lot of difficulties. So such a type of attacks or such a type of situations, problems can easily simplified with the help of our Indian ancient mathematical concepts. We can solve the problems what we are facing now at time. In Sanskritam, it's already developed different types of algorithms using the notation and all. What are the existing things like natural language processing? What we are doing now at time, we are thinking that it should be a very new topic, but natural language system can also having its roots in Sanskritam. Initially, like historical movement, if you want to check about the people, those who are reciting the Vedas and Puranas, they are having the recitation method of if one sentence or one complete stanza is there. Suppose you want to learn or you want to listen that Namakam, Chamakam. So every time they are revising the one word repeatedly. Namakam, Namaha, Namaha, something like that. That means it is improvising the word what they are learning, that is having the roots in natural language processing only. If you want to go to the insight about what type of algorithms we are using, what are the techniques, it should be there. If you have all the complete roots in our ancient mathematical system, they are having very good proofs in such type of techniques in our Sanskritam, how they are reciting each and every time, making the corrections as well as completely after a period of time, completely that process of reciting the mantra or reciting that Vedas, it is giving the complete correction. It is the impact which is given a lot of contributions to our natural language processing. Ma'am, previous slide. Yeah. Suppose if you want to go for taking the development over centuries here, what are all the ancient roots, Vedic mathematics, what is the impact of Sanskrit in our Indian mathematical system, down through the generations, preserving the, enriching the mathematical knowledge of ancient Indian scholars. It is having gained recognition worldwide, contributing the global diversity of mathematical knowledge, serving as an inspiration for innovative approaches to learn mathematics. So, into the contemporary relevances of what is the global impact on our mathematical system, as we people of India who are staying in India, maybe we are forgetting about what are all the roots and what are the Indian culture. But once we are go through the thing, even now the people, those who are in Russian countries, they are taking more research on Sanskritam only. What are all the existing sutras? Even they are saying that some distance from earth to the Surya, they are calculating. Till now they are not having that much accuracy about that. But previously, thousands of years back only, our ancient rishis and these people, ancient sage, they calculated the exactness of the distance from moon to earth or earth to planetary system, everything with and it is prescribed. That repositories are all there in our language, which is not known by many of the people like Sanskritam, because they think that Sanskritam is a language only for the sake of getting marks in intermediate, maybe 99% or 90%. But it is not that. If you want to go through understanding the in depth about the language, what we are using, where we are using, what are the applications, and how all the hidden structure should be there, calculating the patterns, it can have lot of inventions which can easily we can calculate. And rather than simplifying what we have now, we were in advance to around the world itself only. So universal applicability is also there in Vedic mathematics, offering the techniques that can be applied to the various branches. Similarly, calculating the enhanced speed and accuracy, that is containing the calculations, making the mathematical task more and getting the less time, and with more speed only we can simplify. Suppose if you want to contribute the things, what can we do? Simplifying the calculations and the corresponding contributions of all the different types of corollaries, which company are having the sutras that are providing the additional principles, and calculating the guidelines for applying the techniques of Vedic mathematics to various mathematical operations. Suppose you want to go through this sutra, 16 sutras are there and 13 sub-sutras are there. Each and every sutra is having its own significance only. Simply, you want to divide the sutra into different types of syllables. In every syllable, we will understand what is the inner meaning of that Sanskritam word. If you inherit the language of using the meaning of the Sanskritam word, you can do wonders, specifically related to the algebraic operations like simplification. We have a complex number is there, calculating the square root or cube root, more than 3 digits are there in the multiplication. Instead of doing with the Western approach, we can do with the simple. Every sutra is having its own significance, finding the roots of a quadratic or polynomial algebraic equation, finding the transpose, or simplifying different types of algebraic operations. With the help of that sutras as well as the syllabus sutras and the sub sutras, we can easily simplify what is there inside the corresponding mathematical approaches. Suppose if you are simplifying the corresponding simplification of the a particular problem, using the sutra we can apply and immediately we can get the solution of all those things. So due to the lack of proper documentation of that all in hidden treasure, maybe we are not enjoying the fruits of our ancient Indian language. So still some more groundbreaking contributions may have the acknowledged, someone still unknown to most of them, because it is not having the proper simplifications given by them. And it is having a significant role in our culture, edition, ancient simplification, and also the Brahmagupta and Aryabhatta. These are all the people given a lot of contributions to mathematics. If you want to go for simplifying the equations, what I said now, different types of sutras and sulabha sutras are there. Using the sutras and sulabha sutras, we can have the mathematical knowledge which can had the astronomical observations, the leading the mathematical center of ancient Indian culture. Suppose Siddhanta Siromani, which is given by a famous mathematician. Suppose you want to say that Bhaskaracharya, he had the famous work Siddhanta Siromani. It is divided into four parts like Lilavati Bijaganitam and Grahaganitam, and that is related to the planets mathematics, and Goladhyaya, that is a study of spheres, simplifying the distance from the earth to the moon, earth to the sun, the study of the sphere. These are the some four sections deals with arithmetic, algebra, and calculating the mathematics about the planets and the spheres respectively. And also he had a famous treasure about Karna Kutuhula. Also he has the contribution to his. During the century of recent mathematicians, what we are learning, Srinivasa Ramanujan is also having great contributions to our Indian mathematical system. Even his tenure is very short period, like around 39 years, maybe he is not physical to that, but his contributions, still we are working on what are all the contributions which are given in number theory, which is having a significant role. This number theory plays very significant role. What we are enjoying the computer science related to cryptography only. This is the subject which can, I don't know here now, maintaining the security about the data, the help we can study with the help of this cryptography. This cryptography completely based on the structure which is related to the famous mathematics number theory. This is having more contributions with the help of Srinivasa Ramanujan only. He had the analytical theory because his works are more contributions to the numbers and elliptic functions, continued functions, as well as the infinite series. And we have human computer, who is nothing but the Sakuntala. At the age of 6 only, she demonstrated the calculations and memorization ability at the University of Mysore. We can't imagine that the age of 6, she had that much contributions. At the age of 8, she has success at Amranda University by doing the same thing. She's demonstrated the multiplication of 13-digit number with a simple few seconds only, not even 28 seconds. She completed to give the answer to the 13-digit number multiplication. So the day more likely the time for dictating the answer for them, it will take more than that. Can't believe that. So she's completed her computer's degree and she's having lot of contributions to mathematics. And in statistics, we know the famous mathematician Mahalanobis distance, while simplifying the data analytics and calculations of the different types of algorithms, whether the problem is related to suitable for supervised learning or unsupervised learning. There we are compromising the data with simplifications, like what are all the attributes correlated to the same feature, what are the attributes which are not correlated to the same feature. That can also be classification rule. This rule is simply indicating the commonality between the features are having the same group or same association. Then the distance can be calculated, which distance is minimizing after every recursive formula. That distance what we are enjoying today, which is given by a famous mathematician statistician, Mahalanobis distance. So that is known as, his name only given, Mahalanobis distance, which is the descriptive statistics that provides a relative measure of data points, distance from a common point. It is measuring the data. So the Mahalanobis distance is used to identify and simplifying an unknown sample set to the known of its data for Euclidean distance. In that, it takes only the correlation, whereas in the data of Mahabolinis, you can take the corresponding data. And recently we have famous mathematician, statistician C.R. Rao. In his name only we have a institute in our Hyderabad, C.R. Rao AIMSCS. C.R. Rao Advanced Institute of Mathematics, Statistics and Computer Science, because even though his base was related to statistics, his contributions to mathematics, computers, unbelievable. He had worked with hardy and famous statisticians and mathematicians all around the world, having many contributions to statistics. What we are enjoying the fruits of that applications in our real world. He was a famous mathematician and a statistician. He worked within Buffalo University, which is honorary numerous scholarship, and he had that corresponding simplification, worked including the multivariate analysis and estimation theory and differential geometry. His contributions are including the calculations of the different types of samples, whether you are dealing with the small samples or large samples, what type of tests are suitable for. As the data is more, we want to simplify to get the predictive model. Sometimes we are using IF test, which is known as the analysis of variance. We are reducing the variability of the data using different types of tests. There, that F test, which is containing significant contributions and simplifying the distance or like orthogonal array, and he is the author of 14 books, and he published over 40 journals he had into his credit. So here, even we are every term learning what is the Indian knowledge system, what are the contributions given to us by different mathematicians, different statisticians. Somebody may be physically there, somebody may not physically there. As a teacher, as a trainer, we need to have like it should be like an alarming situation only. If you are teaching the students in such a way that what are the contributions given by our famous mathematicians or the statisticians, how we are importing to our real world situations, so that the people can have built interest among all the branches of the mathematics, not only calculus, not only trigonometry, not only statistics. In everywhere they have the significant contributions in our Indian knowledge system. So that is our primary goal, to explore here what are the contributions given by Indian mathematicians. As a teacher fraternity, how we are conveying the things to the people, like our younger generations, what are the contributions, because in every simple thing, how they are keeping the kunkuma on the forehead, how they are doing the Puranas, like in Brahmin segregation, they are using to do simple rituals at the morning. Even that is having lot of significance role in as science as well as in the mathematics. If you are inculcating such type of activities, our country will be the best country around the world. That is the only thing conveying to my all colleagues. Thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.